Hello, my name is Wendy Delahousie, and the topic that I'm going to be discussing is child abuse and how it affects our children. Child abuse is a social crisis of a significant magnitude. Why does child abuse happen? And what are the effects of it? And what can we do to make it stop? Child abuse is a problem that many are still unaware of. Children do tell adults, but yet still, many times, are still forced to carry the burden of that abuse. Hopefully, people can start to recognize the truth and are trying to come up with the solutions to stop. Discipline and child abuse. Do we understand the difference? And if we do, what are they? Because they are completely different from each other. Child abuse is any action or inaction on the part of a parent or caregiver on a child that is 18 years or younger. There are four main different types of child abuse that we need to understand and be aware of. They are neglect, emotional, physical, and sexual abuse. Thousands of children each year are traumatized by abuse: physical, sexual, neglect, and emotional. Child abuse, sadly, has become more common, and this is shocking. Most of us can't imagine what would make an adult use violence against a child, but it happens. It happens every day all across our world. Child abuse is all over the world, in every state and in every home, in big percentages. Abuse is more than just physically touching a child. It's tearing them down. It's making them feel useless, touching them inappropriately. There are many ways, and we need to understand that. No matter what type of child abuse it is, somehow they all tie together. The safety and well-being of some children across the nation are threatened by child abuse and neglect daily. It is very disheartening to see the number of children that are mistreated and abused on a daily basis, a lot of times by the hands of their parents, family members, and most by people they trust and love. It is estimated that at least 1 in 7 children, or nearly 700,000 children each year in the U.S., have experienced child abuse and neglect in some way. Neglect is the most common form of child abuse, followed by physical, sexual, and psychological abuse. Although it does seem some of the numbers have decreased, these numbers are still way too high, and we need to be aware and do something about it. Sexual abuse in our children is also a problem. 1 in 9 girls and 1 in 53 boys under the age of 18 experience sexual abuse at the hands of a parent, adult, or loved one. 82% of victims under 18 are female. Female ages 16 through 19 are 4 times more likely than the general population to be victims of rape, attempted rape, or sexual abuse. The effects of sexual child abuse can be long-lasting, and the effects of child abuse, period, can be long-lasting. They can affect the victims mentally. Victims are more likely than non-victims to experience mental health challenges, such as being 4 times more likely to develop symptoms of drug abuse, 4 times more likely to experience PTSD as adults, and about 3 times more likely to experience major depression as a child and into their adulthood. Knowing and understanding these facts can help you get an understanding what child abuse is, the risk factors, the consequences for the survivors, and hopefully to be able to identify and report suspected abuse if you see it. Abuse is far more prevalent than people realize. Those that are hurting our children are look and act just like everyone around us. Abusers are everywhere. They are our neighbors. They are our friends. They are family members. Child abuse takes place under specific and often surprising circumstances that we would never know or understand or realize. Emotional and mental problems are often the first consequences and signs of child abuse of any kind. We have to be aware of it, and we have to report it. Currently, about 1/3 of child abuse incidents are identified, and even fewer are reported. These numbers are shocking. Sometimes people just do not want to get involved. We need to be aware and know the signs, know what to do if you suspect child abuse. Learn the facts so you know what to do and how to report it. Emotional and behavioral signals are most common among the children that are abused. The abuse and mistreatment of children are all over and throughout our society. And we need to understand it and know what to do. The company that I work for, which is Children's Safe Harbor, they are doing a lot to be able to prevent child abuse. They reduce trauma and promote healing for children that are victims of abuse. They offer a safe place for victims to stay while cases are being investigated, and they also offer to help homes if the children are taken away from their parents. They offer stages of support to victims during different times of their healing. They're going to go through different waves and phases of healing, and they have different support groups for them. They offer classes. They offer financial support to kids that if they're older and they're getting on their feet, they can help with like getting them a job, and then also being able to help create a healthy lifestyle. They are working to end child abuse and trauma, but we all need to be a voice for our children to help them in their journey for survival and the safety, and to be able to restore the lives of innocent children. Thank you.